So guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to egg tan a squirrel hide, or I'm going to be showing you the last step of egg tanning a squirrel hide. So basically, this is a squirrel hide, and I'm at the last step, which is putting the egg on. And so when I got to this point, I skinned the squirrel, and then I fleshed it, which is basically like getting all like the fat and like membrane and like muscle off of it, off of the hide. And then I put it salt, just like this groundhog hide. I put salt over it, nailed it on a board, let that sit for a day, took the old salt off, put new salt on, let that sit for about a few more days, take that off, and I put it in a salt bath. Right here, I put it in a salt bath, let that sit for about 8 hours. And today I took it out and I rinsed it off with some Dawn dish soap. And so yeah, now it's ready for the last step. And you can tan, most people tan stuff with this. This is like a commercial tanning stuff. It's called Deer Hunters and Trappers Hide Tanning Formula. You can use this. This is what most people use, but you can also use an egg. And so that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be egg tanning this squirrel hide. All right, guys, so we're gonna spread it out on this board. All right, so then after I wash it with the Dawn dish soap, I let it dry just for a little bit to where the point it's at right now. It's just a little bit damp. It's still wet, and that's when you wanna put the tan formula on. You don't wanna put it on when it's dry, because it won't work. You wanna like have your hide damp right after you wash it off with the soap and water, because then that hide tanning formula needs to like dry into the hide and like soak into the hide. So it still needs to be a little bit, you see how it's damp? It's not wet though. It's just a little bit damp and it's not fully dry, so that's just perfect. All right, so we have our squirrel here laid out here, and you can see I skinned this out really good. I got the ears in there and the eyes and the whiskers in there too, so they're really cool. And you got to see the bullet hole right there. And I got the whole arms out and everything. So I did a pretty good job skinning this squirrel. And now, some people use just the yolk and some people use like everything, but I just use the yolk. So now I'm gonna crack the egg. So I have to separate the yolk from like this other stuff. All right, guys, so separated the yolk from this, and I'm gonna put it on here. Sometime, whenever you're doing like bigger hides, you're gonna want maybe like sometimes more than one egg, but since this is just a small squirrel, I have this, and I still might not even use all this because this is a pretty small hide, it's just a squirrel. So I'm just put that much for now. And basically what we wanna do is just like rub this here. Just rub it into the hide. Like work that into the hide. You want to make sure it gets in every area, because wherever this doesn't get is an area where the hide's not going to be tanned, and then that area is going to start to rot, and the whole hide's going to start to rot, and you're basically, it's all ruined. So you want to make sure you really rub it into every single nook and cranny of the whole hide and everything. You want to make sure you get the tail really good too, because if you don't get the tail, it'll start to rot also. That's like the most important part of the hide. All right, guys, I just finished putting the egg here on the squirrel. You want to make sure you really massage it in so it soaks into the hide here. And so this can take a few hours to dry, so I'm gonna let it sit overnight, and I'll come back to you guys tomorrow and I'll show you what the next step is. All right, guys, so this is our squirrel hide after the egg has stayed on here. I let it sit overnight and all day today because it wasn't fully dry after sitting overnight. And so this is pretty much the egg after it's sat on there. See, you want to let it sit to where basically it's all the way soaked in. See, it's not really wet at all. And so what we're gonna be doing is basically like stretching this hide until like all the fibers break in and like turning it into leather. So if you see me do this, see the hide, and if I pull it, it starts to turn white right there. That's basically what we're gonna keep doing. And as we keep doing that, breaking in these fibers, it's going to like, the egg is gonna soak into the hide and turn it into leather. So we're just gonna break this up, and that's what we're gonna be doing. All right, guys, what I like to do, I like to get like a piece of rebar like this, and I just do this. I just like to rub the hide across it. These hides are pretty strong, so don't be afraid to rip any holes or anything. And just go back and forth. And this rebar here is gonna break in these fibers. And see how it's already kind of like turning into leather like that. We're just gonna keep on doing this until all the fibers are broken in. And you'll just do this over like the course of a few days until every single fiber is broken in. All right, guys, I've been doing this for a little while here, and you can see it's like turning like into like really soft leather here. I'm just going like back and forth across here. Just like this, and I'm making sure I get the tail. So yeah, basically you just want to break, and the more that you break this in, the faster it'll dry, because whenever like this egg is on here, the more you break it in and open up the fibers, the more the egg will soak into the hide and it'll dry faster. All right, so that's the end of this hide here. So you can see, guys, it's all like real soft leather now. The squirrel hide here, and so yeah, that's like an egg tan squirrel hide. Got the tail there, really nice hide here. And so yeah, guys, definitely during this tracking season comes up, I'm gonna be tanning a lot of hides, and I'll film a full video where I show you guys all the steps, like the salting, the fleshing, the skinning, and all that. But for now, all I could do is this. And so yeah, nice squirrel hide tan here, guys, egg tanned. And so yeah, make sure you subscribe.